Let me thank you, gentlemen of the press, the Deputy National Secretary of the party, the auditor of the party, the National Welfare Secretary of the party, the National Youth Leader of the party, the National Vice Chairman Southeast, the Deputy Legal Advisor of the party, our esteemed state chairmen that are here. You can see them everywhere. Let me welcome all of you. I know the media have been looking for me desperately for the last 2 months or thereabout, wanting to hear from me on a number of issues, national issues, party issues, coalition issues, and so on and so forth. But today, I needed to clarify some fundamental issues that relate to our existence as a political party. I'm sure the entire media organizations are aware of artificial, self-induced political crisis around political parties by certain individuals, forces, some of them forces of the coalition, who believe that SDP must be hijacked at all costs, or who believe crisis must be induced in SDP because they couldn't hijack SDP. We're aware of various allegations going around, money being spent. I'm happy to stand here confidently and tell the world there is no single ₦1 transaction between any coalition partners or friends to SDP, either to me personally or to the SDP account. This should be very, very clear. We are a political party. We are not commercial people that can be bought. We built this party over decades with our own sweats, with our own commitment and dedication, and believing that democracy must be strengthened. No individual is above board. No individual is indispensable. Over a period of time, we have seen how parties have been balkanized. We have seen, even yesterday or thereabout, how PDP Secretariat was sealed. So it appears there are forces on ground that are using all kinds of kinetics to ensure they create instability within the parties that have credibility, and so on and so forth. We as a party, we ought to have NWC meeting today around 2 o'clock. But early in the morning, around 10 to 11, I was called that some talks have invaded our secretariats, trying to lock the gates to subvert the normal meetings of the NWC. Subsequently, I saw fake news all over social media that the national chairman of the party has been suspended. We have not even had the NWC meeting. I don't know where the meeting took place. After all, I am the chairman and chief executive and national leader of the party by virtue of our constitution. As such, I want to make it clear, I'm speaking from my office directly. Because of the tension, some of the NWC members couldn't make it to the office. The tension was so palpable. But to reassure everyone as a leader that can stand by everyone and defend this party, we will not be intimidated, we will not be coerced by any individual. We have gone through this road before. In 1999, my late boss, Alhaji Abubakar Rimi, was arrested and sent to prison. So many people, including Alhaji Sulalamido and others. We were trained by brave people that have the capacity to stand on issues and defend issues. So I'm speaking from my office live with some of the NWC members that are here, some of the state chairmen that are worried, that have heard for some times that there is a plan to create chaos in SDP. Number two, part of what they have said in the petition that there are financial allegations, misappropriations of funds of the SDP account. Let me say this, and I believe SDP is the only party so far that have followed the entire process. This party account has been edited by INEC editors and also external auditors. And we have submitted all that we have incurred, our expenses from elections to furnitures to the rentage of this office that we are, all have been submitted. You may wish to find out from INEC and got the CTC copy of the INEC. We have done all that. Not only that, the law says you must publish in 2 national dailies. We have published in 2 national dailies. Unfortunately, the man who wrote the petition, the national secretary, was part of the entire thing, but he excluded his name. He also forgot that he was, at the time, chairman of this party. But let me say this, our entire account transactions will be submitted where required by the investigating agencies. We are printing the entire account. We'll submit to them to investigate. Everyone that have gone through process that have been approved is legitimate, nothing illegal. And I should remind you that parties are not allowed to conduct business. We only generate revenue through sale of funds during elections, or membership cards, or donations, and so on and so forth. So our accounts are open and transparent, and we will make it public because the auditors' accounts are in the public domain. We publish this. So there is nothing to hide. I'm not a transactional person. I've never transacted with anyone. I was trained to build institutions, not to mortgage institutions. And I'm proud and I'm happy as the leader of the party. I was able to win elections, 2 ranking senators, 2 ranking House of Reps members, 3 elected members in Nasarawa State Assembly, 2 elected members in Ekiti State Assembly, 1 elected member in Taraba, local government chairman, Kacha, and of course, we have councillors, about 5 in Nasarawa and other places under my leadership. So we believe that no responsible government or institution or any individual who believe in the democracy that can orchestrate deliberate attempt to destroy institutions that have been over a long period of time. Almost all the stakeholders in the party make sacrifices for this party to be where it is today. And let me say this clearly, the entire NWC members are not under salary. They come to work because they are committed to the party. They used to have periodical allowances, sitting allowances during NWC, and honorariums that affects any member of NWC, either weddings or death or naming ceremony, and so on and so forth. As a party, we used to do honorariums to everyone, and we used to assist people. We also have it in record, some of the people who work with us here were able to pay for their school fees by contribution. Because at the time when we were doing INEC submission of documents, we have people who came here and worked all through. Some of them are students. They don't have money to go back to university. We appropriated and assisted. All those things have been fully encaptured in our records and transactions. So the man who laid the allegation should prove his own allegation. And I believe the security agency also knew that he would prove his own allegation. So I will not go deep into that. We'll submit all that is necessary, just to let you know that we have never done that. I've never been accused of perjury or money laundering in my life. But those who made the allegations are suffering from allegations of perjury, of signatures, financial transactions. I've never been one, and I will never be one. Anything that is not decent, I will not get involved. I see these allegations as deliberate attempt, and I want to call on the president that this democracy is what we choose. We did not choose dictatorship. We fought dictatorship. We fought military regime. We said we want democracy. If we want democracy, the president should not in any way or manner allow anyone around him, directly or indirectly, to be undermining political institutions that have responsibility in leadership recruitment processes. He should not, because nobody knows how far it will go. We will not be part of pulling down democracy. We will strengthen democracy. no matter how it is. If we have different opinion on the policy of government, we will air it out. That doesn't make us enemies of government. Our responsibility is to make our observations very clearly, not to undermine government, but to ensure that the government is stable. If the government is in crisis, nobody will be insulated. So all of our efforts have been to stabilize this government. For those of them who believe that they must force us into coalition without following process, SDP is guided by our constitution. We have opened our doors for infusion, but we rule out any merger or clean slates. But we have allowed people to come in, be part of us, be part of the development of the party, expansion of the party. And of course, if the need arises to look at the constitution and adjust it, we will, whatever it is. But you cannot dictate to party while you are not a member of the party. That will not be acceptable. It means you want to destroy the party before joining the party. If you committed, you love SDP, join SDP. Be part of the growth, be part of the conversation, be part of the robustness and the greatness of the party. Unsolicited today, you have over 12 states organically that have moved into SDP. Organically. This is what we push, we work hard for, devoid of any attempt to distract us. Yes, we know we are in a difficult period where voters, there's a lot of vote buying, a lot of financial inducement. Those who make themselves available for financial inducement to undermine the party, history will record them. The media should record them. The world should record them. We stand by democracy and democracy process and transparency. I choose not to talk for a very long time because I was waiting for the security agents to do their job. There was an attempt to assassinate me in this office. People came to this office with guns. With guns, twice. On the 29th of April, I moved into this office. I saw people with uniform with AK-47. And I called the relevant institution to ask him, have you deployed security to this office? He said no. I said, but I saw people with AK-47 in the office. I don't know what they are doing. He said he's not aware. And he acted quickly, rushed to this place, arrested them and disarmed them. On the 29th of April. Again, on the 11th of April, about 8 uniformed men came to this office with AK-47. It was very alarming. And I raised concern. And I called the relevant institutions at the same time. They told me they are not aware. That they did not send anybody. But the personnel that came here, I professionally, politely, politically engaged them. And I asked them, were you deployed to this office officially? They said no. Who sent you here? They mentioned some names. That asked them that there is going to be events in the SDP secretariat. They should come and cover the events. And we have no events to be covered. And when they were coming here, the security personnel, the professional officers of the DSS, and the police intelligence disarmed them at the reception there. And we interviewed them. They said that somebody asked them to come. To do what? To cover event. Which events? Nothing. They became remorseful. And I said, okay, look, I don't want to implicate anyone. You know that you are on illegal duty. And you know your responsibility as uniformed men. Was there any letter emanating from this office inviting you? They said no. But I have a memo written to me that the IG of police approved their coming. The commandant of civil defense approved their coming. And there was no letter. And I asked of the letter written to the IG or the civil defense commandant, there was no such letter. So I wrote a letter to IG of police, to the civil defense commandant, to the national security advisor, seeking for urgent investigation on an attempt to assassinate me. I'm happy the investigation is ongoing, and I won't go further than that because there's an investigation, but I needed to let the public know this is the kind of suffocation I've been going through as innocent Nigerians. I've never stole money anywhere. I'm not a contractor. I've been managing my life simply within my own contentment. But for people to go to an extent to intimidate and harass a political institution by illegally deploying personnel to the party headquarters, it is not a joke. I could remember the last press conference where the Deputy National Secretary addressed the press. I choose not to because I don't want to heighten the situation. But for what has happened today, the conspiracy that has been going on, I felt that my life is greatly in danger, and I need to tell the whole world and to tell Nigerians and to tell the Nigerian government that this is the situation. And other political parties have also copied the INEC, all the development that have been going on. So it is not an easy situation. They see some of us as threat simply because we have institution that is responsible, that is decent, that is engaging Nigerians. So for that reason, it is important for you to know, since my mobile police were withdrawn, I have written to IG a couple of times, including reminders, even at the point when I requested for civil defense, it was declined. But when it was obvious, they deployed civil defense to me, when it was clear that people are coming here with arms illegally. So this is very sad. It's very sad for the country, very sad for democracy. I've never thought that at this level, that we are clocking almost 30 years under democratic dispensation, that this kind of rascality, viciousness, greed would lead to this kind of situation. I feel very sad because it's a record that I contributed immensely to the restoration of democracy in 1999. I was SA to Led Abubakar. Nobody can tell me the history, what people have gone through. I've also gone through it. Again, the desperation of the people who want to ensure the great crisis in the party imposed 3 people on NWC. You are aware of the scandal. I choose also not to talk about it because I was waiting for the process to be done with. Not only that, they faked a resolution and sent to INEC. And INEC responded. And the response is here. Let me quickly say it. They did not send it through the normal process of signature of a chairman of a party about the decision of the party, but they took it to a law firm. And the law firm wrote to INEC, reference, forwarded notice of appointment of members of National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party. Your letter on the above refers. The commission noted with great concern and inform you that the powers of communication decisions of political party to the commission is exclusive to the leadership of the political party, signed by national chairman and national secretary. We do not authorize any law firm to communicate our engagements to INEC. This is clearly an act of forgery, and we are going to take it up. Again, another letter on the 28th was written to INEC. And the letter simply reference notice of meeting of NWC, National Working Committee, and invitation for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to observe. Your letter on the above subject matter refers. The commission draw your attention that the notice is not in compliance with the requirement of Part 2, sub 12 and 3 of the regulations and guidelines for political parties. For political parties 2022, that provides the national chairman and the national secretary of the party shall jointly sign the notice of convention, congress, conference, or meetings and submit same to the commission. You may also need to confirm that the signature on the letter under reference is that of the national secretary of the party. copy is hereby attached for easy reference. Please accept the assurances of the Commission. High regards. Now, the letters written, both the one petition on the party expenditures, there were different signatures from the same person. From the same person. So, this is the situation that we find ourselves. One, I want to assure the entire members of SDP nationwide, our various state chairmen that are here and some of them that call me, virtually all the state chairmen called me to find out what is going on. Some of them decided to come on their own because they are worried at this level of our development and acceptability. People are trying to create crisis where there is none. To tell them that we are intact, we are together, we will continue to strengthen this party. There's no any personal gain. There's no any personal attack. You know, whatever we do here, we do it because we believe in this party. You've been here severally. You can see how organized, how decent, how responsible we are. And like I have mentioned, NWC members are not under salary at all. If you are appointed, it will be written to you that there is no salary. But you are entitled to allowances, or if the party wants to intervene where the need arises. So the man who wrote the petition to the IG in relation to our party expenditures, he can prove his allegations. He just even mentioned people who are not members of the party. One of our printers was mentioned, whose responsibility was only to print things that have to do with congresses or election and so on and so forth. He mentioned people being given money as a result of a request from the welfare department to give people honorariums and so on and so forth. So there was nothing we have done that is illegal. And that is not even a smart way of creating distractions. We would have found a better way, a civilized way, more matured way, an intelligent way. But we are up to the task. We are not afraid of investigation. We are not afraid of anyone. But the world should know tension is being created deliberately to undermine the party. We leave this to Nigerians. We leave this to the President and Commander-in-Chief, who have taken our oath of office to protect every Nigerian, irrespective of whether they voted for him or not. And we don't have any hostility between us and the presidency. We will not sit down and allow a government that have a responsibility to protect institutions to allow such things to be happening. As I was seated here, I have seen several number of security people moving in and out. Our CCTV cameras are there. The experts have came and went through our CCTV cameras, you know, to deduct a lot of things. So it's good that I should let this out. I have tolerated it for more than 2 months, and I felt that it's getting out of hand. Nigerians need to know. And that is why I invited you people to have this interface video so that you will know and put it in the public domain so that we'll go further on this when the need arises. If there's any question, I'm ready for it.
Working for the government. Can we know the names of those people if it's possible?
No. I did not write the petition. Those who wrote the petition, the investigation will unveil them. I did not petition anyone. But I know that we don't have any confrontation with the coalition partners, so to speak. We have an interface with them. And we told them that as a party, we went through processes. We developed this party. I cannot come and be part of sending an NWC member out. I have nothing to achieve out of that. But if there is a voluntary submission by any NWC member who wants to step down on his own, that is fine. We throw it open to all NWC members. There was nothing to hide. You know, so if the NWC members said no, we want to retain our seat. We want to be part of history. We want to be part of a reform. We want to be part of the election. I'm not a dictator. I can't blackmail an NWC member to force him to be part of what he feels. That due process, due respect was not accorded to us. We were brutally approached with the demand that all the seats should be vacant. Brutally approached, disrespectfully approached. You know, despite our maturity to listen to them, have meetings with them, we decided to go higher and to be forceful and blackmailing. We had a lot of people were part of some transactions to negotiate for SDP. We did not authorize anyone to negotiate on behalf of SDP. No one we authorized. And no one went to that meeting on behalf of SDP. Yes, we have SDP members who are part of that processes, but they were not representing SDP as an institution. They went there on their own. And I'm sure even yesterday, Mala Nasra Arufai have stated that clearly. He wasn't in the coalition representing SDP. He was there as a member of SDP, but being part of the leaders to discuss the better future for the country. So that was it. Now, for such thing to result to blackmail and intimidation and harassment, or on the other side, for the government to believe that we are ganging up with someone to undermine the government is most uncharitable. If we create crisis or anarchy in this country, we will all pay for it. So we will never be part of any decision that will undermine or will aggravate the current situation of the country. We will never be part of it. All you said is inclusive.
Yeah.
All you said is inclusive. Number one is normal. You can see how SDP went into crisis. You see how Labour, even NMPP and other parties. So it's not surprising that they are coming in through different proxies, trying to penetrate 1 or 2 or 3 NWC members. History will prove that later. But I can assure you that we are open, we are transparent, and now you are asking me a question in my office as a national chairman. You can see some of the NW members that are around are still here. Some of them who developed worried about the tension within the secretariat when talks invaded the party in the morning, decided to leave. But we are here, and I'm addressing you from the chairman's office. So automatically it's fake. The individual who signed the fake news, is it in his character to do that? He did that in the last where he said that 3 NWC members have been appointed. He did that, so it's not new. When you look at people's record and transactions, there's nothing that is surprising to some of us. But we will not succumb or allow any individual interest being funded directly or indirectly to undermine this party. We will work together. You cannot have everybody together in the political establishment. But the majority who believe their future is invested in SDP will defend SDP to the last minute. But we don't have any confrontation with any NWC member. Neither did we ignite these petitions, these fictitious news that have gone there. We made clarification. We have cleared it. It is fake, and you are here interviewing me in the office in the midst of NWC members, state chairmen that are here, vice chairmen that are also here. You can see the robustness, the commitment, the unbreakable capacity of the party. Yes.
Okay, sir, are you going to take disciplinary actions against those that announced the suspension?
No, you see, as a political party, we are designed to solve issues, not to complicate issues. At the appropriate time, perhaps when we have next meeting, the biggest organ of the party, to take decision, those things will be tabled at the next meeting, to look at the record of everyone, the performance of everyone. Look, we are very tolerant. The point that I'm talking to you, there are some of them that don't have even membership card of the party, but they are still working for the party. We tolerated them because we feel they can add value. We are for value added, So we are not to expand the issue. It is just compulsory that I must respond to some of the daring issues.